Okay, this week I'm going to be focusing on custom orders. So I figured it would be a great time to share some of my experience with custom orders and what I've done over the years with them. So I kind of want to break down, some of the challenges I've had, also some of the good stuff that's come from custom work, as well as what I've done over the years. And how I've broken up custom work and like the other stuff with my business. So I'm gonna get the forge lit, get going on this, and yeah, let's get into this. So one of the biggest challenges I have faced with custom work is the ability to say no to it. And this is something that you get easier at in time with it. A lot of your first customers will be friends and family, and it is really hard to say no to them. I know I've taken on some custom work that now I would just plain out say no to. And like I said, it comes easier with time because you start understanding where your abilities are and also what is your style and what you feel like doing, basically, and what you're passionate about. So, yeah, saying no. I give you permission to say no. Yeah, that by far has been the hardest for me. And like I said, over time, it has become so much easier. The next challenge, or the next, big challenge I faced was doing estimates. When you first start off, because you don't have the experience of doing, well, everything, you're gonna mess up with your estimates. Things will take longer than you originally expect. It does get easier with time, and the more you do it, it does get easier, and you're more accurate with it. So one of the things I did when I realized this issue, I will actually add time into my estimate because it's so much easier to come back and say, guess what, we're under budget with this, than come, yeah, I messed up and I need to ask for more money. Whenever I have messed up in the past, I kind of just take it as it was a learning experience for me and I still stay on budget. The only time I change the budget is if there's a change from the customer. So yeah, just keep with it and keep track of when you do stuff. Even if it's not a custom piece, keep track of it. That's just what you should be doing. If you're selling stuff, keep track of how long it takes you to make something. Now I know I just mentioned estimates, and you're probably wondering how to actually price stuff per hour. That's a whole nother video, so we'll just stay out of that for now. So another challenge is dealing with people, and the one I want to focus on is weeding out the real potential customers to the guys that are just kind of, I guess, kicking tires or not really serious about moving forward with a project with you. One of the ways I very quickly started dealing with this was setting up a minimum charge for common ass items. So, like for a custom hammer, my minimum charge is $150, and if I don't have a minimum charge for a particular item, I just tell them what my shop rate is, and then they're like, oh, okay, I'll think about that. So I found that is very useful. And I know a couple of people that do railings for a full-time job. That's pretty well all they do. Railings, gates, that's it. They actually will just say, if it's not $5,000, I'm not taking it in. That's just how it is. So setting that first initial, hey, this is how much it's gonna be, really weeds them out really quickly. You get the odd one that will stick around throughout the whole process, and then at the end, even if you are at your minimum rate, they'll still say, oh, that's too much. I thought it would be cheaper. So it does happen. Over time, you get better at reading how, if a person is really serious or not. So yeah, over time, it gets easier. And another challenge is just finding the work itself. And that just comes down to letting people know that you actually, do blacksmithing and custom work. So when you first start off, it's going to be a lot of friends and family. The thing with that is it's easier to turn a customer into a friend than it is a friend into a customer. So you're going to have to expand past your friends and family and start talking to just people you know, and start networking out that way. Friends of friends, and going on social media, posting the stuff that you make will drive some traffic to you. Also, if you're able to do shows, I would recommend going there and talking to the other vendors, as well as just people showing up and looking at your stuff. Just keep on mentioning that you do take on custom work and stuff like that. As you go into more and more custom work and sharing it on social media and stuff, you will just naturally get people asking you to do stuff. Yeah, so just keep plugging away at it and telling people what you do. So going on to the advantages, or the good stuff about doing custom work, the main one is you're constantly doing new things. You're never doing the same old, hooks or whatever over and over again. So if that's something that you want to do, where it's constantly doing different things and expanding what you can do, then custom work is actually really good for that. Another good thing is that sometimes it's actually easier to upgrade your tools by doing custom work. So what I mean by this is, say you want a welder, but you're doing small little things, and it's going to take you a long time to save up that money for a welder. Well, what happens if someone just walks up and says, hey, can you make me a gate? Well, normally, I don't have a welder, I can't make a gate. But you can take on that gate project, buy a welder so you can actually do the gate, and now you have a welder. So I have a couple of tools like that, where if I didn't get that custom order, I wouldn't have been able to justify buying it. And now I can actually offer that as a service. So yeah, that's one of the good things about it. Also, if you're doing a hybrid where you do both products, like regular production products, as well as custom, like I am, you can get customers asking for stuff that you never would have thought of actually having a real product. But then you look into it a little bit and you find that actually more people want it than just that one person. So you can actually have that as now a regular product. And I have a handful of items that actually do not too bad. Where that's how it came in, was someone's like, hey, can you make me this? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I looked into it afterwards and I'm like, there actually might be a market for it, and just went with it. So that's another good thing if you're running a hybrid and you're taking on custom orders. So for the first little bit of me doing blacksmithing, so about 7-8 years, all my work was commission or custom work. And a lot of it was, you know, friends and family. And it wasn't until, well, I guess 8 years ago now, that I actually started doing regular products for my business. A lot of that has to do is, when you're looking at like 16 years ago, the online marketplaces weren't like they are today. You know, you basically had eBay and your own website, and that was pretty well the only place online. Oh, there was other places, but for what I knew, that was pretty well all you can do online. Was basically eBay, your own website. So going back 7 years, 8 years now, you know, Etsy came on board, which is great. I've been using Etsy for 7-8 years now, and that's when I started doing regular products. And probably about 4 years ago, I actually stopped doing custom works, just because I was part-time and I didn't have time to actually do both production and custom work. So I stopped doing custom works for a couple of years. Now going back full-time, I have started taking custom work in again, and but I'm more production focused than the custom stuff. I do like doing custom stuff once in a while when time allows me, but for the most part, I might do 1-2 projects a month that's custom, and the rest is just production. I find that works out right now. That is probably going to change as stuff changes. You know, if my products are doing so well that I don't have to do custom work, that's great for me. I actually prefer doing the product stuff than custom work. Yeah. Now, what I'm doing now, so what I did last year was basically anyone that contacts me through my website or, you know, through Etsy or anything like that, I pretty well answered right away. If I was going to do it, if it's something that I could do, and if I was going to take it on. This year I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to change up to, there's actually going to be a waiting list for my custom stuff, and as I get time, I will actually take on custom work as I see when I need it. So I'm not going to have actually a set amount of custom work. It's basically, if I can fit it in, I'm going to do it. If not, I'm just going to stay with just doing my production stuff. So that's what I'm going to try this year. We'll see how that works. And we will adjust if need be. Well, that's a little bit of how I do stuff here, and a little bit of information about the custom side, or what I see as the custom side. So if you guys like this video, you know, leave a comment below. If you really don't like this style of video, leave a comment below. I'm fine with that. So I guess that's all I got. I'll catch you on the next one.